this is concerning, and Warren Sharp says this. This is the percentage of run plays last week that went for 0 yards. Giants leading the way at 47, Ravens 41, Seahawks, Steelers 32, Chargers 31, Lions 30, and there are our Cleveland Browns along with the Bengals, 29%. The offensive line shoulders some of it. They average 2 yards a carry. No run over 5 yards. I mean, I'm getting more and more aggravated as I go through these. But I'm with you. I've seen enough of Jerome Ford to know I would much rather see him catching a ball than trying to run with it because he's too tentative. It's pretty telling when a 21-year-old rookie looks more decisive running the football. I'm looking at him, and at least Dylan Sampson got upfield and got to the line of scrimmage quickly.
That, it's certain things, and this is what we're talking about. I mean, Dylan Sampson, came from the SEC, and I know a little bit of something about the SEC, and that is they're pretty good at football. You can't be messing around in the backfield, stumbling and stepping, and doing some of those things. And here's the thing, I talked about it last week. The Cleveland Browns, they say they want to be a running team, but I've never seen teams with an offensive line with as much wear and tear on their body and tread on the tire, and especially being long in the tooth, like, your best players like Joe Bitonio, Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin, Ethan Poches. All of those guys have played in this system, and they've done a lot of run blocking, a lot of road grading, and this ain't 2020. You can't ask those guys to open these level of holes when you're dealing with guys like the Ravens and athletic defenses and young guys. So, yeah, you're going to have to do some smoke and mirrors, which means, hey, maybe I need to keep the defense occupied with some motion. They did a good job last week with motion. Almost 70% of their plays involve some sort of motion. So they're going to need to hold people's eyes, hold people in place, and make them read their keys. If it's misdirection, if it's jet motion, if it's wild, whatever you got to do, you got to give yourselves an opportunity to run the football. 2.2 yards a carry is not going to get it done. And the scary part about it is if they're down in this football game, that also puts you at a disadvantage because you haven't ran it well, and now the defense is pinning their ears back, and you might have to give up the run game in order to get back into the football game. So it needs to be a nice run balance, and that's why if Judkins is at all available, I don't need to be mixing in Jerome Ford. We've seen enough of that. Dylan Sampson could be a nice third down back. And even with Dylan Sampson, you don't want him running between the tackles. I want to see more of the Chubb playbook where give these guys some stretch plays. Give these guys some outside zones that give them ability to get downhill, and then cut it back and make those guys, instead of running right at the defense, make those defensive guys have to move with their gaps. Try to reach somebody, got things like that, because it then puts the onus on the defense to have some gap integrity and to give the running back some space to make something move with natural ability. So those are the things that I want to see. I'll be anxious to see what it is because I don't think the Cleveland Browns at this point can run straight at the Baltimore Ravens and hope to get 4, 5, 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, the other thing that in watching, and I know he only had goal line carries, I want to see more of Raheem Sanders more so than Jerome Ford. I liked what it wasn't a lot, but I liked it better because he's going to get you the chance to get 2, 3, 4 yards and make it 2nd and 6 instead of 2nd and 9 and 2nd and 10.